Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Fishy Toys.
Today we've got some more Black Series for you, and this is Black Series, a little bit of new versus old. They're both Black Series, but I've got the classic Luke speeder, and you've got...
I've got Ray's speeder from the movie. This is Ray's speeder from Jakku, and Ray Scavenger character. So, really cool piece. Ray.
Box art on this, I love the Black Series box art with this line driving. This is...
I have yet to be disappointed with a Black Series product.
The figure itself, the figures seem really neat. The box art has me. And honestly, everything we've opened from Black Series has been awesome. Got lots of articulation. Now this is 2 and this is number 3 in the, I guess the speeder set. Is that how that works?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. It looks like my speeder. I'm going to have a cool little stand and a cargo net of junk.
I've got what looks like just a stand.
Lots of details. I cannot wait to get this open.
We get to see the 10 speeder engines. That's interesting.
So there she is before we get her open.
Let's show off
that.
Mr. Luke again.
Alright, let's get these going. The last Black Series I think we opened was
a dewback.
Dewback. A sand trooper and a dewback.
I really like that they include the figure with these vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge plus in my opinion. Box, pretty simple.
Right out. I really like it. The mask is not going to be removable, so she is going to stay that way. Also, get that mask out of there. Her mouthpiece, though, looks like it's going to be a flippable piece. Yep, there we go. So there's our Ray piece. Very beautiful piece here. Lots of good fabrics, lots of good articulation.
The head articulation is pretty impressive. I don't know if you got any of that.
Yeah. Actually, it's round and it's forward back.
That's pretty impressive, honestly.
Really cool. Does come with her... Oh, just lost her mask. Does come with her little stick. And her backpack. Doesn't open or anything, but lots of detail on this backpack. Super cool. Adjustable straps. So
if you're actually able to hold this, that would be pretty sweet. Kind of. Had enough sense here to include the binoculars. Little flaps so they hang on the belt and get held pretty easily. Talk about the figure here. We've got a really nice poncho, removable hat with goggles. I'm a big fan of this musket, just if nothing else for scale reasons. As it should be, it's literally the height of him. A little undetailed, but that's okay.
Really? Undetailed for you.
Would you not agree?
Oh, okay, yeah. The musket, gotcha.
That is kind of bland for a Black Series item.
There's her face with that, her mask. Just to let you guys know. There at the bottom of her chin, you can kind of see that little socket. That's where the mask plugs in.
Let's take his poncho off, which feels really good. It seems to be decently well made. I'm not particularly in love with it as far as on the figure. I like classic farm boy Luke in his white tunic a lot better. But really nice belt detail. Got a place to hang the saber. Saber's okay, scaled well. It's got a decent color to it. It doesn't look too cartoony. The tunic's really nice. Really good face detail. A ton of articulation. I mean, I can pose Luke pretty much however I need to. Get his fishing hat on. I really like the binoculars. I think that was a huge plus.
I really like the hat.
The Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas hat that they gave him.
I can see that working with a lot of different figures, not the Star Wars figures.
Well, it's almost too big for him. You can see it hangs down really low. It's supposed to clearly go in like this. I think the head articulation is really getting me here. That's a win. But, I also don't really remember him wearing a little boonie hat in the film.
Alright, let's take this old speeder out. Alright, so we got a socket connection at the base here. A snap.
It's like you just skipped right over the instructions.
Snap that on there. That goes on nice and firm.
Do you feel it's ever coming off again?
I think so. It's on a ball socket, so it's not necessarily something that's going to
Permanent?
Find something. Yeah. Man, this would... Black Series and shelfability, man. That's...
Well, they knew you were going to hang these on the shelf. They were never really meant to be played with. I also like the fact that this plastic is really easy to get into. We've opened up a bunch of vintage stuff lately with those terrible metal wires. I'm relieved every time I open a toy with these wonderful little pieces of plastic in it.
Better than wire?
Yes. That wire is terrible.
Now, I'm curious to see how this plastic holds up over time.
Ooh, I hadn't really considered that.
Yeah. So lots of stuff that looks like it should do stuff. Lots of opening doors. Oh wow, the whole thing. So
oh wow, that's neat.
This whole piece comes off here.
Non-ball joint stand.
The paint job on this thing is awesome. Looks like this just clips back on. Real simple. Should I say that? And do it wrong. Tabs there, so once you get it out of that, you can open up to see inside there. On this other side, you can open up to see in there. The paint on this, the painting details of how it looks used, got a dent.
Yeah, they really went for the lived-in look.
Battle detailed. The backs here, these move in and out. That's all really cool. Handlebars, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Swing
No,
down.
does she actually sit in it?
For some reason, down here you can take off this piece and it just go right back on.
That's super weird.
Kind of interesting.
I bet that was to sit in the box well, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't really say much in the instructions, just that it opens and you can look inside of it. So, alright, I'll let you go through yours as I try and get her to sit on this.
So, right off the bat, I really like the paint. Again, very lived in, as it should be. A big chunk out of the front. The speeder looks just as junky as it's supposed to. Really nice wear mark here. Did not have a cover there, which I don't recall that being seen like film accurate, but that's okay. Nice detail on a motor compartment in there. A little storage spot. I threw his binoculars in there. That canopy snaps on real well. He actually sits in there really well. That's one of the perks, is that the vehicle is really scaled to have that figures sitting in there. Now, one of the biggest things I think it advertised is the fact that I can open up this hood somehow. And see the speeder engine. They went through a lot of detail here, especially on the paint. And the QC on these is absolutely wonderful. I mean, overall, just really, really cool. This moves. I don't really know why. I think overall, I wish I had an original 77 speeder sitting here to show you guys, but this is just so much better. It's absolutely amazing. It's meant to sit on a shelf and look awesome, but at the end of the day, this is still a very cool toy. You could actually play with this and enjoy this. So which one's cooler here?
She sits on it.
That's
almost
extremely well.
So properly, almost even can hold the handlebars, and her feet click into the foot pegs. Her butt is completely on the seat. I mean, this is the best sitting that I have ever seen. Did that engine over there, does it have a attachable cover, or is it
I do not believe so. Because this one's not going to come off. I thought that was a little strange, but it may be going for the junk look of the speeder. Yeah, there was nothing else in the box. And on the box art, it shows that is open. So interestingly enough, that's just there.
It's just from the movie, I guess.
I don't know if that's screen accurate. I'm sure somebody will tell us, because I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah. So I've got like this little weird spot here for just a detail. I mean, that's just a strange detail. I love it. But it doesn't do anything.
Well, and it looks like a sticker remnant here that's interesting. Some more battle damage. They were real big on putting in some battle damage. Check this out.
Nice.
I didn't even see that. Check that out. The musket fits on there really well. Guess you could stick the saber on there too if you wanted to. That's everything we got going on.
The way this cargo net holds on is just by little hooks where you can unhook them. And then
now, does all that come off?
It does come off.
Just a weird little added detail. Now, this speeder in general is just a really interesting design. The back end looks like a classic Stormtrooper speeder, but the front end looks more like a 50s tractor of some sort.
And you know that the Jakku is just like the
Fallout of Star Wars.
Yeah, so a lot of the junk and junkyard style. So I'm sure this is just put together from a bunch of parts. But man,
I think both these are a
so
solid
cool.
win.
So cool. What was retail on these?
I want to say they were retailing for around $50-$60, which is what I expect to pay for a vehicle of this size and scale.
And
just immaculate detail.
Sheer detail on these. Yeah, these are awesome. Great pickup.
Yeah, if you don't already have these, you should.
As soon as the hat comes on and in this is just Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, I see the same thing.
That's all that is.
I think it's just put on there solely for the fact that the probably goggles were difficult to make, honestly. That's what it boils down to. I think a win.
Absolutely. You guys will love them.
I think the only QC fail is something I just noticed. If you look in here, there's a weird chunk of
some weird paint or something. Yeah.
Paint overspray. Yeah, that's weird. And honestly, because of how the figures are painted, you don't really notice overspray on these because it just looks correct. Check out the wear on the seats themselves. I don't know if we can see that, but they went through and made everything look absolutely lived in. Really neat. Black Series has another win for us.
Yeah, there's the worn leather seat on that bad boy. Even as far as the radiator has damages on it. That shows up really well in.
But
These are awesome.
yeah, I think at the end of the day, these are both huge wins. Congrats to Black Series for just making my day wonderful every time I open one of them.
Yeah. So that concludes you another unboxing of a Star Wars.
Tell us which one's your favorite.
Yeah. Tell us which ones you've opened up, if you've opened anything up. But remember to
You're supposed to open your toys?
like all these videos, subscribe to our videos, ring the bell, let us know what we're doing, what you want to see.
Come back more for some more Black Series unboxings.
See ya.